In today's episode of The Story of Animals, we journey into the lush, echoing canopies of Southeast Asia, where one bird rules the treetops with a beak as bold as its personality. A creature of color, curiosity, and comical proportions, this is the Great Hornbill. At first sight, the Great Hornbill is hard to miss. Measuring up to 1.3 meters from beak to tail, with wings that stretch wider than some humans are tall, this bird seems more like a flying work of art than a simple animal. Its most striking feature? The casque, that bright banana-shaped helmet perched on top of its already enormous bill. Scientists are still debating exactly what it's for. Could it be for attracting mates, amplifying calls, or simply a way of saying, "Yes, I have the most extravagant forehead in the forest"? Whatever the purpose, it certainly works for making an impression. The bill itself is a masterpiece. Despite its size, it's surprisingly light, hollow inside, built for grabbing fruits and occasionally small animals. Think of it as the Swiss Army knife of the avian world, fruit picker, twig snapper, even a prop for theatrical display. The casque is fused to the beak and often stained with bright yellow pigments, cosmetic flair courtesy of the bird's own preen gland oils, which they rub on like feathered fashion models applying highlighter. Great hornbills roam across India, Bhutan, Nepal, mainland Southeast Asia, and Indonesia, preferring tall, mature forests. They need height, space, and plenty of fig trees because figs are their absolute favorite snack. In fact, they're so fond of them that they're considered vital seed dispersers. Every time they gulp down a fig and fly off, they're planting the next generation of trees, making them both bird and gardener in one magnificent package. And what's a forest king without a little romance? Courtship for the Great Hornbill is an elaborate affair. Males will offer food to females, a kind of avian dinner date, presenting figs or small animals with a gracious bow. If the female accepts, she might return the gesture with a gentle call, or at least not fly away in horror, which is bird language for, "I'm interested." But it's what happens next that makes hornbills legendary. When it's time to nest, the female finds a tree cavity. She then seals herself inside with a wall made of mud, droppings, and fruit pulp, leaving only a narrow slit through which the male passes food. Yes, you heard that right. She literally bricks herself in for months. Why? To protect herself and the eggs from predators. The male works tirelessly delivering figs, berries, and the occasional unlucky lizard. It's a delivery service with no days off. Inside, the female molts her feathers and incubates the eggs. Only when the chicks are partly grown does she break out, sometimes resealing the nest to keep the youngsters safe while both parents hunt. In flight, the Great Hornbill is unmistakable. Each wingbeat produces a loud whooshing noise, like a distant steam train in the canopy. This sound, far from subtle, is thought to be a form of communication, an audible "here I come" to other hornbills. For creatures with such showy looks, stealth clearly isn't a priority. Their calls are deep, barking sounds, something between a monkey's hoot and a dog's bark. They're not shy about making noise, especially during breeding season. While they're often seen in pairs, outside the nesting period, they may gather in small flocks, particularly near fruiting trees. When figs are ripe, it's less every bird for itself and more community buffet. In parts of India and Southeast Asia, the Great Hornbill is a symbol of grandeur and strength. Some indigenous communities regard it as a messenger between humans and the spirit world. Sadly, this cultural significance has also made them targets for hunting, particularly for their casque and feathers, which are used in ceremonial headdresses, and here lies the heartache. Like so many forest dwellers, Great Hornbills are losing their homes to deforestation. The tall, ancient trees they depend on are being felled at alarming rates. Combined with hunting, this has pushed them to vulnerable status on the IUCN Red List. Their future depends on protecting those towering forests and curbing illegal hunting. Great hornbills are more than just pretty beaks. They're crucial for the health of their ecosystems. By dispersing seeds far and wide, they keep forests regenerating. Protect them, and you protect the trees, the soil, the rivers, and countless other species that depend on the same habitat. Lose them, and you risk unraveling an entire ecological web. The great hornbill is a reminder that nature rarely does anything halfway. It's a bird that wears a crown, shouts like a monkey, plants forests, locks itself in for months, and still manages to look like it stepped off a royal runway. And that wraps up today's journey through the high canopies and louder-than-life love stories of these incredible birds. In the next episode, who knows which remarkable creature will take center stage? But for now, in today's episode of The Story of Animals, we celebrate the majesty and the mischief of the great hornbill. Now it's time to see how much you've learned from today's episode. We've got 3 fun trivia questions coming up. Ready? Let's start. Question 1. What is the most distinctive feature of the great hornbill? The correct answer is B, its banana-shaped casque on top of the beak. The casque is a hollow, helmet-like structure that serves in displays, communication, and possibly as a resonator for calls. Let's try another question. Question 2. What unusual parenting strategy do female great hornbills use? The correct answer is C. They seal themselves inside a tree cavity. The female walls herself in for months, relying entirely on the male to feed her and the chicks, protecting them from predators. Let's move on to the last question for this episode. Question 3. Why are great hornbills considered important to forests? The correct answer is C. They disperse seeds of many tree species. By eating fruits and excreting the seeds far from the parent tree, they help forests regenerate and maintain biodiversity. Great job if you got all 3 questions correct. If you missed any, you now know some fascinating facts about one of Asia's most charismatic birds, the great hornbill. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.